Yeah, so here I am again. You haven't heard from me for a long time, but now I'm doing this design and I need to show the installation principle of the, let's say, scaffolding towers that you that that I am designing. So basically what you see here is a part of the design, because I can't show you the whole thing, so I had to hide some parts. They are not here, so you basically are not allowed to follow my design. I have an NDA in place, so just these pieces that I can show you that are visible, but this assembly is fully functional. So here I have basically a basic setup, some ground, some these elements are already in place where I need them, so we have no errors. And I have a few positional representations here, which are basically related to installation of this tower that arrives on the lorry or whatever that is assembled. So this tower is here, and we have a following positional representation on track. So it arrives like so, like so. On track second is, let's say, intermediate lift position when it is lifted from the track. Intermediate lift is somewhere in the way from here up to there. Props taken is where those guys basically use those, hold those props. Pin connection is when this arrives here. Lean forward when it's leaned forward, and all is fine. But now I need to make this Liebherr crane to follow the fuck. Yeah, just this happened. So this Liebherr crane is now not even flexible, and it's fully oh, yeah, so this is just what is happening with the Inventor, with Inventor. So this Liebherr crane is not tremendously complicated assembly, but it has few flexible components inside. Otherwise, it's fully functional. So the constraints are very simple, made to flash constraints of origin planes of parts. And this crane is really fully functional. I can do whatever I want with it. It has very simple set of constraints, but still Inventor is not able to use it as a properly assembled component. Yeah. Oh, fuck! God's sakes. Yeah, so this is reality with positional representations and flexibility in Inventor. I didn't even make this crane flexible. Okay, now it recomputed itself. But so apart from the problem that we have just seen, that the issue here is that I need to make this crane follow the lift procedure. Simple as that. I want the axis of the hook to be in the axis of the hoist, and also the hook to be in certain distance from this point, which is not tremendously complicated geometry. When I try to do that, so let's say I want this surface to be in certain distance from this point here, which basically is, I don't know, maybe 500. Yeah, and this is the outcome. I am not able to get it. I have no error message. This constraint is supposedly applied, but of course maybe we don't see it. Okay, so let's try to apply the other constraints. So I want basically let's say, actually I have an axis here that represents the axis of the hoist. So if we look closer, this axis here points exactly in the line of the hoist. So I want this axis here to be aligned also with this point, and these two constraints, so the previous mate and this one, should give me the proper hoisting geometry. But as always, it's not the case, as Inventor is not capable of following the proper geometry of the crane. And really, this crane is constrained properly. There is no problems with the crane. So the crane basically has this base, which actually is I'm not sure what stationary. Let's see. Yeah, so probably the base is stationary. The cabin, probably the cabin is the problem, because the cabin is set to flexible, because the jacks need to follow, and also so I suppose it causes the problem for two levels of flexibility. Then simple axial constraint, simple mate constraint, another simple axial constraint to rotate the boom, another simple mate constraint face to face, and another axial constraint. So very simple set of constraints, nothing really fancy. But still it is not possible to set the crane to follow the lift procedure, as it is destroyed. You see that this cabinet is basically the opposite. Oh yeah, this constraint is supposedly met. The other one, this one is met, this one is met, but this one is not. This one is not followed, and we have no error message whatsoever. Shit. So now I am uploading the video, and once I remove the pieces I am not able to not allowed to show you, I will just upload the assembly as well, although maybe it will not be as big because I will remove the reference. So basically what is happening here is basically a mess with the flexibility again, and this is the most up-to-date version of Inventor. So flexibility is not working in Inventor at all, the simplest case.